Right, so how do you take something that's good, really good, and make it better? Answer: you create the A52. Right, so there comes a point in a phone manufacturer's life where you've made something so good, something that the public has received so well, and you wonder what you can do to make it next level, to make it better, okay? And Samsung have made all the right moves to better the Galaxy A52, okay? So I've been having the Galaxy A52 in my pocket for the last 1 week. I've been putting it through its paces, and I'm a guy who's been really deep in the Galaxy A series lineup, okay? I've been on the A50, I've been on the A51, and now I'm on the A52. In this review, I'm gonna compare this being the third generation of the Galaxy A50 series, to what has been previously to what is right now. And in there, I'm going to highlight in detail the improvements made to give us the Galaxy A52. First off, let's talk about the design, okay? So this here phone is a glass and plastic backed phone, okay? This is plastic, it's a matte finish, but still it does show some fingerprints here and there, especially for guys with oily fingers. It's one whole sheet of plastic such that it curves over the camera bump, which we're gonna get to in a few, and the phone does wobble on the table due to that new camera bump. You get metal rails, a headphone jack, a microphone, a USB Type-C port which supports fast charge, and a speaker grill down at the bottom. The screen is flat, and I feel like if this phone had a curved screen, that on its own would be, how do I put this, diluting the A50, the awesome, as Samsung is marketing the A lineup, DNA. Okay, so I'm glad that this is a flat panel. And should I jump ahead of the gun here? Okay, I really want to say this. It's a 90 Hz display panel. Finally, we have high refresh rate on Galaxy A series. Okay, I'm gonna get to that when I'm talking about the display, but yeah, it's a flat display and it's got some pretty thick bezels, which in this price range you shouldn't really mind. You know, you're not buying this phone expecting the thinnest bezels over there. Okay, you got a bit of side bezels, a bit of forehead, and a bit of a chin. They've still retained that compact, you know, nice feeling hand type of vibe going for the phone. It's really comfortable to hold. It feels really durable. Okay, and somehow holding the phone, this doesn't feel like plastic. It actually feels quite premium. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's segue into the display. So you get a 6.5 inch Super AMOLED 90 Hz display. I have to give mad props to Samsung for bringing high refresh rate in the mid-range section. They're a bit late to the party, but it's still there. The screen is great for usage outdoors. Not the brightest panels out there, but you won't struggle using this phone outdoors in the sun. A downside to the display, I might say, is the optical fingerprint scanner. Samsung have lowered it down the phone. It feels like I have to adjust how I'm holding the phone to be able to unlock it, but pretty sure after you use this phone a couple of weeks in, it's gonna grow on you and your finger muscle memory is just gonna know where to land to unlock the device. Speaking of which, the fingerprint scanner, being an optical scanner, isn't that blazing fast as what you've seen on the ultrasonic fingerprint scanners. Before you let me forget, this here can't vary refresh rate. Okay, you can lock it at 60 Hz refresh rate at 1080p, or bump it all the way up to 90 Hz refresh rate and lock it at 1080p. Right, this has got to be the review that's taken me the longest time to put together. It's been 2 months with the Samsung Galaxy A51 Ultra. This phone now sports stereo speakers. If I'm not wrong, the Galaxy A51 and A50 didn't support stereo speakers. Now, Samsung have tuned the earpiece to function as a secondary speaker. That's the stereo experience. Moving on to the performance specs of the Galaxy A52. Now, straight off the bat, I haven't experienced any lags or glitches or issues with the Galaxy A52. Okay, it's packing a Snapdragon 750 5G. If you're getting the 4G variant, you'll get dual SIM card support plus micro SD card. If you pick up the 5G variant, you get the single SIM support and a micro SD card slot. So no dual SIM in the 5G variant. Performance-wise, the Snapdragon 750 5G chip is really good. Okay, it can handle multitasking pretty well. It doesn't close apps unnecessarily or irregularly in the background when you leave them there. It's easy to just leave an app and come back to it, pick up where you left. And gaming is top notch. I've played graphic heavy games on this phone and it handled it pretty well. Okay, yes, there's gonna be that bit of heating up, but nothing too serious, nothing too crippling to the device itself. Another area in performance that the A52 sees an upgrade is in the battery section. This year, Samsung have packed a 4000 mAh battery into the phone compared to last year's and the previous year 4000 mAh battery. They've also included a charger in the box. I don't get it. Okay, I don't get, like, honestly, let's just back up over here. Okay, Samsung and all other manufacturers that are not putting a charge in the box told us that it's for the environment. Okay, so the flagship line, the S21 line, launched without a charge in the box. They only gave us a cable. But the A52 does come with a charge in the box. I know we're living in weird times where we have to mention that a phone comes with a charge in the box, and did they all of a sudden just throw the whole saving the environment narrative out the window? Or I don't get it, like, or they didn't want to ship more units? Something doesn't add up. Also, for storage and memory specs, here I've got the 128GB storage and 6GB RAM model. Okay, that's the base storage, no 64GB storage model this year. And now this phone can be bumped all the way up to 256 gigs worth of storage and 8GB of RAM. That then segues us to the software experience. Okay, Samsung are notorious, in a good way, for making sure the software experience on all their phones is equal, at par. Okay, and again, if what they said on stage does hold true, that they're gonna support this phone for the next 3 years, software updates for the next 3 years, then this here phone is quite future-proof. The software experience on this phone is similar. Okay, familiar, that's the word I'm looking for, familiar. That's because I'm coming from a Samsung S21 Ultra and S21 Plus, where they were running Android 11, which this also runs, and One UI 3.1. One UI 3.1 straight out the box. And that then swiftly takes us to the camera. Okay, another area that the A52 brings updates. So the Galaxy A52 sports a quad main camera setup. You get a 64 megapixel wide lens, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, 5 megapixel macro, and a 2 megapixel depth camera. Images are sharp, color accurate, clarity is nothing short of amazing, and it's quite feature packed. Samsung have put flagship equal emphasis in the camera experience before the camera features. The camera experience is smooth, easy to understand, and fun. One UI 3.1 has redone the whole layout of the camera app, bringing the features and options you need or use the most closer to you. Example, toggling between video resolutions and aspect ratios can now be done at the tap of a button instead of diving deep into the settings. Switching focal perspectives is even better without any lag, and you don't feel any stutter switching from individual lenses. And I should also mention that this camera tops out at 10x zoom. nothing too crazy. So far, the only fault I've experienced with the camera is in how it has to digitally work out a focal perspective in between lenses, thus graining some photos. Oh, and this tops out at 4K 30fps, not 4K 60 or 8K video. Funny thing is, I've just shot a 4K sample, thinking it was a 4K sample, but it was actually a 1080p 30fps video sample. So I went back to shoot the thing again. And I did set it to 4K 30, but forgot to hit record. So this is the third take. All that said, Samsung did not compromise on quality here. They've given us quite a solid camera. So Samsung went back to the drawing board, okay? They looked at everything that was good, already good, really good with the A51, and somehow found a way to fine-tune all those bits and upgrade some of the bits that put the A51 sort of backwards in the current modern times, that make the A52 quite a solid deal. I've lived with this phone for a week, and during that whole week I've nitpicked, okay, tried to find those slight issues that might make me hate the Galaxy A52, but so far there's nothing. There's even a headphone jack in the thing, on top of stereo speakers, and a 90Hz refresh rate panel. That has been the Samsung Galaxy A52. I'm gonna compare it to the Galaxy A72 and Oppo Reno 5. I'm really trying to get my hands on an Oppo phone, but Oppo PR, come on man, help a brother out. That said, if you wanna see me put the A52 against other phones out there, let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you're here to this point, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and remember to turn on notifications. I've got so many good things, so many videos lined up in the near future, dropping really soon. You don't want to miss those. Share this video with your friends. Remember to hit that like button if you like my face. If you don't hit the dislike button, man. That said, till next time, peace.